2.5 years back, I met a car accident. I was traveling from Balochistan to my hometown, Rahimia Khan. The driver slept, and the car fell in the ditch. As a result of that incident, I sustained multiple injuries. The list is a bit long, don't get scared. Radius of right arm were fractured. Shoulder bone and collarbone were fractured. Lungs and liver were badly injured. The whole rib cage was fractured. But the injury that changed my life and my personality completely was the spinal cord injury. 3 vertebrae of my backbone were completely crushed. It took us an hour or so to find an ambulance in Balochistan. All the effort went in vain because we couldn't find an ambulance. So I was thrown in the back of a Potohar Jeep, and I was rushed to the nearby hospital. In that Jeep, I realized that half of the body was fractured and half was paralyzed. We were rushed to the nearby hospital. There we came to know there was no first aid. I was kicked out. Then I went to another hospital in my hometown where doctors said, "Take her away, we cannot operate her." And I was like, "Why?" And they were like, "We don't have equipment, you will die someday, you go." I was kicked out again. But I finally ended up in a comparatively better hospital in Karachi. Luckily, I wasn't kicked out. Probably that's why I'm alive. So I stayed in that hospital for 2.5 months. I underwent 3 major, 2 minor surgeries. The doctors have put a lot of metal in my arm, a lot of metal in my backbone. So I feel more like an iron lady now. But those 2.5 months that I spent in the hospital were dreadful. I was in severe pain, both physically and psychologically. Many people left. Very close ones. The ones who were supposed to stay with me were the ones who left me when I needed them the most. I was devastated. Life was completely pointless, aimless, colorless. I was tired of wearing the white scrubs, looking at the white walls, doing nothing, sitting idle. I really didn't want to live. But then I realized that instead of crying for the people who were not meant to be with me, and for the legs which I have lost, I have people around me who want to see me alive. I have so much to be grateful for. So let's stop cribbing, stop whining, because it's pointless. The best decision that I took in my entire life was the painting that I made in the hospital with a deformed hand. That's how I added colors in my colorless life. That's how this adversity helped me in exploring an artist in me. That's how this art kept me alive through this whole journey.